What's up, guys? It's Comic King back with another review for y'all. Today I'll be reviewing the anime Chainsaw Man. So, as you know from my previous videos, I've gotten into manga. I've watching some anime, different varieties of stuff, see what I'm into. However, for some reason, I've always been intrigued by Chainsaw Man. And not too long ago, I read the first manga, the first book, the first tankobon. And I liked it all right. I think it was good. It was really wacky. It was different. I enjoyed it pretty good. The art was phenomenal. The story is it's about this guy named Denji. He's pretty dumbed down. But I liked it. But I was just started Berserk and I was checking out a bunch of different mangas. But I was reading so much at the time and still reading so much. I just decided, you know what, I'm only going to read one manga at a time. And since Berserk is so long, I'm just going to finish and read and finish Berserk before I start anything else. But I kind of wanted to read Chainsaw Man before I started watching the anime. But a couple months, half a year passed, a whole semester. I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and watch the anime because I know it doesn't cover the whole series. And overall, I enjoyed it. But holy smokes, is that show? That show was weird, especially for someone who's just gotten into anime and manga over the last year. But one of my best friends at school, he's a freshman last year, he's one of the guys that got me into it. And even he agrees with me. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. The anime adaptation was brought to us by the studio MAPPA. It's the same studio that's done Jujutsu Kaisen. And if one thing, the biggest plus for this whole show is the action is phenomenal. It's fantastic. I loved it. Every time the action happened, it was just like you're completely engaged. The way the MAPPA has done the animation is so incredibly smooth. It's just brisk, and you can definitely tell they took their time on it. Hell, I saw the teaser like a long time ago. Like I think a whole year and a half before the anime came out. I may be wrong, but it felt like that for sure. But overall, I liked it. The parts that kind of were weird out for me, it was a little confusing. This is spoiler free, so no spoilers. But the antagonist is this guy. He's like the Katana Devil. However, there's a bunch of devils and demons working for this devil called the Gun Devil. And I haven't read the manga. I'm sure there are huge Chainsaw fans out there that may be like tapping me like, "Oh, what do you mean you don't know? Blah blah blah. It's fantastic." But I thought the show, it's a little confusing for like a good chunk in the middle episodes. I didn't know what was going on because there's this Gun Devil. I don't know if he's like huge or not, but apparently he like shot the world or something, and then bits and pieces of him kind of went everywhere, and they kind of made other devils. I guess I'm not really sure, but there's definitely, it started to be a little bit more clear by the end of the show, and there's definitely another antagonist that I've kind of figured out. You can kind of tell who it's going to be. It's close to the main character lineup. But I really enjoyed that aspect. And I think hopefully it gets to Season 2. I heard this was a critical hit, but a commercial flop. I may be mistaken. But I know Jujutsu Kaisen kind of made up a lot for lost revenue with MAPPA when it came to Chainsaw Man. Because Jujutsu Kaisen was a huge hit, especially over in Japan. And Chainsaw Man wasn't. I can understand why, because I think Jujutsu Kaisen, I've seen a couple of the first episodes on it. I think that's a show I'd really like and I need to get into. It's a little goofy for me, but I think I like it once I get into it. But that premise is a lot more simple, and Chainsaw Man is fucking wacky and weird. It deals with, it's just like, the plot is so dumbed down. It's so stupid. It's definitely, it's very aware of itself. It's doing that aspect on purpose. It's a purposeful anime when it comes to the plot. He's dumbed down, and heck, this isn't a spoiler, but the main character Denji, this is all just, the whole plot is centered around him, with him doing all these missions and activities with the association, an organization that hunts the devil hunters, just so he can touch boobs. It's fine. We've maybe, I don't know, but I thought that part was funny, and I remember really enjoying the first manga because it was much more simple down and kind of its own adventure before the main plot takes place, and I'll definitely say when it comes to that, the first 2 to 3 episodes are my favorite episodes. When it's more simplistic, it's just getting right into it, and there's this whole action scene that sprawls over 2 episodes with this like Bat Devil. It's awesome. That's really what the first manga covered, and that's really all I knew before going into the show. I really like that. The action is phenomenal with that. It's kind of the middle part of the series. I thought it dragged for me a little bit. That's when it got confusing with the Gun Devil plot, and also there was this subplot where the main characters got trapped in this sort of place and situation where they were there for a bit longer. They're kind of trapped in like a suspended world, kind of, and that part threw me off a little bit. I thought it was clever, but then just it was just weird storytelling. I guess you could say situations for me. That part was my least favorite part. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it was definitely, for me, it's just kind of a little jarring. But I've heard that's what the series is supposed to be. It's jarring on purpose. And some of those devil designs are pretty creepy and very, very just imaginative and very creative. I like that part. Overall, as a series, I think it's okay. I definitely would recommend if you're an anime fan. I think it's definitely gets a positive bump. It gets a bump for me. I may watch it again. Hopefully, get to season 2. And I think this is a show that once it keeps going, you kind of get the feel of it. It'll be better, right? I mean, you compare it to Jujutsu Kaisen, it kind of makes sense that Jujutsu Kaisen is probably a bigger hit because season 1 it's 24 episodes. Chainsaw Man is only 12 episodes. I think if it was twice as long, you'd be able to get into the plot a lot more. I'll definitely say my favorite character of the show is Power. I thought she was absolutely hilarious. I really liked her personality, and her action scenes are pretty badass in what she does. But yeah, overall, it's a recommend. It gets a bump. Yeah, definitely check it out. Comic King, sign off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and get the bump. Get stung.